Good morning. My name is Scott Redler, Chief Strategic Officer at T3Live.com.
And I'm Brittany Umar, and together we bring you Morning Call Express. So world markets are pretty quiet as Europe pauses around 5-year highs and Asia digests what's been a sizable move since August. Our futures, however, are basically flat after tacking on about a 7th day of gains yesterday. So at this point, Scott, what's a trader to do?
What's a trader to do? Well, I think traders are hoping that the market pauses and digests so we can get some better setups. Because anytime you're up 7 out of 8 days in a row, makes it a little bit tricky because traders don't want to feel like they're chasing the market. But then if you try a cute short, if you stay there a little longer, that doesn't necessarily work. But overall, very healthy, markets going on here. You have Europe at 5-year highs. You have Asia, big bounce from the summer. And you look here at the trend of our markets, you'll see ever since the November low, it's been following it very steady, tested it right here in June, then was hugging it in August. And look, right here, people didn't know if this was going to break to the downside. But you know what? It held. We reclaimed a lot of moving averages. We reclaimed the 50-day. You take a closer look here, you'll see lots of spots for adjustments. If you had short on the brain, this is when you could have taken it off the brain, or if you had short on the brain here, that was a spot when we triggered to the upside. But now, here we are digesting above this recent gap. The longer we stay above this 168-ish, I think the higher the probability that these 2013 highs get taken out quick, and this pain type trade where people are underinvested and caught short could continue.
Well, as we look for potential setups, we know that biotech has been an area of strength as of late. What are some of the names in this group with the best setups?
Well, we talked about BIIB yesterday, and if you look at the chart here, nice move for traders and for investors. You go real quickly here, nice, move off of this area, and then you had a nice bull flag type of pattern here, broke out, closing the highs of the day. This can continue to new highs. You look at some other names, Celgene, which has been a nice performer this year, hovering above the 8th day. The question is, can it get above, the 2013 highs at 150? And then I like this nice tight pattern here in Amgen. Amgen's had a really nice move this year. It's hovering above the 8th day. It's right near a level that has been consolidating for a while. So traders could put this on the lookout for a trade above 113.30.
Meanwhile, tech continues to lead. We saw Facebook close at a fresh high and get an upgrade today. And we often talk about that right hand in hand with LinkedIn, which has also been very strong.
Yes, both very nice vehicles for traders on all different time frames. You look here at Facebook, we've talked about it till we're blue in the face. Sorry to mention it again today, but deal with it. It's been working. It's been following the 8-day moving average ever since the gap up after earnings. Lots of spots to trade it, closed at historic highs or 2013 highs yesterday, getting some follow through. I think the price target was raised to 53, so stay with this trade, but you can trim and trail. LinkedIn, for multi-years now, a great vehicle. Look at that, big gap up. Following the 8th day, which most strong stocks do, at highs. So lots going on here for traders and for investors.
Right. And Carl Icahn coming out yesterday and saying he picked up more shares of Apple. Do you think that could give it a bounce today?
I think it's worth a look. I think his halo on this could be a little bit different. It's up a little bit pre-market. You look at the chart here. A lot of guys got stopped out when it broke below this 503. That changed the trade. That was very nice ever since the earnings right there. Here's your little inside range. So, if you're not in it, there might be opportunities. Let's see what happens here. You have an inside day or a doji yesterday. If it can get above this 473-ish, maybe there's a trade. And if it closes above that high, perhaps it tries to fill, a portion of this gap. But if it can't fill a real big portion of this gap and turns back lower, this is quite a big hole in this chart that could lead to further downside. And
we know you always say entries and exits matter the most in the metals market. 2 weeks ago, Scott said that gold was a better sell than a buy, and we do see it down today.
Yes, this one was in a big downtrend for the majority of the year. We finally saw enough fear and capitulation in late June, I think June 28th. You look at the chart here, you will see that was a nice spot to perhaps enter. We talked about it here for the GLD and for silver. This was, another nice pattern, very tight, and then it just started to stall here. So for active guys that were using this as your way out, you got stopped out if you didn't sell strength, and now it's down again today, coming into another moving average. If you did short up here, because at that point I think I had some puts on, I would use this 129, 128.50 to cover. And if you have to be a buyer or you're looking to, see if this zone holds.
All right, and we'll be talking about all of this and more in the full morning call, so stay with us.